going to show you two ways or two methods how to do contouring and highlighting. The first is with cream foundations. So I've started doing that. I've done one side of my face and I'll take you through the other side, how to do it. As you can see, this side, no contouring and highlighting, actually no foundation, no nothing. This side, very, very heavy contouring and highlighting. I wouldn't wear this out. I just want to do it extra heavy so that you guys can really see where to apply contours and highlights. So you would use the foundation method if you're wanting a really strong contour, like if you're going to be on stage or TV even, or photography especially, where you really want to be able to pick up the high planes and the low planes of the face. So the idea with a contour is that you're casting a shadow, you're making something fall back into the face, and so you want to use a product that has no shimmer in it at all, completely matte, because shadows don't have shimmer. I'm going to grab a foundation that's a lot darker than my skin tone, and I'm just using a foundation brush. So what you want to do is try to just enhance and sculpt out your natural contour. And some people you'll be able to really see it already, and some people you'll need to just kind of feel around and feel where the bone ends, drops off, and you just want to kind of sculpt under that. Step 2. Grab a clean sponge. Gonna go in with same foundation but a lot lighter, and we're gonna just sculpt out the high planes of the face. Now make your eyes turn yellow, make your skin turn blue. Picture me under blurry moon. Now make your eyes go yellow, make your skin turn blue. Okay, so without blending, you can see where I've put the contour and the highlight. Probably not so much the highlight, but definitely the contour. And if you're confused about where to put it on your own face, basically just look at where your face naturally sculpts in and where it naturally kind of comes out. Another great example, just because I can see it on me, is this part here. Okay, that's a good example. So you can see there, just by darkening it, I've intensified, in comparison to this side, the shadow. And then if I do the same thing and intensify the highlight, you can see it makes this look a lot more kind of gradient rich. Which gives a nice kind of defined, structured shape to your face. Obviously, you don't want to leave it like this, so now we're going to go in and blend the colors together. Okay, so to blend the colors together, I'm just going to use a foundation that is right for my skin tone. I'm using Smashbox Full Coverage Foundation in R3, R4. Oh, never going to get used to this. And I'm just going to pounce right over where I did all the lines, and I don't have a huge amount of product on my sponge. In fact, I have virtually nothing. It's just so that if you don't have any product on there, it's just going to end up removing all the work you've done, whereas if you do have just a little bit of product, you could even just wet it, to be honest. It's going to stop the sponge absorbing it, and it's going to mean that you're going to blend a lot easier. Okay, so I hope that portion was useful to you, and now we'll move on to the more subtle way to contour and highlight. Okay, so now we're going to go through how to highlight with powders, which is a lot softer and my personal preference. So I'm going to start again in the same way with contouring. I'm going to use a matte bronzer. But it's the sunshine. And like I said, it's really important to use matte products when you're contouring, and then if you want to, you can use shimmery or satin finish products when you're highlighting. The reason being, when you're contouring, you're casting a shadow. Shadows don't have shimmer. Okay? I can give it up on the first day. I don't have to exist outside this place. So you can see already, in comparison, it's a lot more structured. We're not going to leave it like this because I look ridiculous, but before I blend anything, I want to move on to highlighting. Now, there's many different products you can use to highlight. You can stick with matte if you want. You'll get a lot more of a kind of mask look, however. So I think it's quite nice to use something with a little bit of a shimmer in it for highlighting, because the idea is that these parts of your face that have highlight on them reflect the light. So of course they're going to be a little bit shimmery. So this, I'm using Soft Lights in Smashing Highlight from Smashbox. And I'm just using a blusher brush. And we're just going to stamp the product along any part of the face that we want to naturally stand out. Other places you can use contour, aside from the cheekbones and the temples and under the jawline. And this is where it gets difficult. If you want me, let me know. Where do you wanna go? No need for talking. Also a little bit just in this cupid's bow here. And that gives a really nice structured out. And then of course there's the really obvious places like the eyes. But it's the sunshine by the very first time, and it's fine. So now, just so that I can leave the house without looking like an idiot, what I do is I go in with just my normal face powder and my normal color and a fluffy brush and just buff. And you can see that the line is still there, but it's no longer a line. So it's not obvious. It's not too obvious anyway. And there's still the patch up there that I did in the temple. You can still see that the nose is contoured, the lips are contoured, the eye is contoured, but it's not ultra obvious. I'll show you now on the other side of the face a different way to contour for a more feminine look. 'Cause we can give it time, so much time with me. But if stars shine, that is the basics of contouring and two sides. I hope you found it useful. 'Cause we can give it time, so much time with it.